Meanwhile, back at the CW Ranch, they're coming out with witness lists. They're coming out with ridiculous stuff. Then there was a PR statement that came out from Proctor's family yesterday. And yesterday, March 13th, was the end of his, you can say his trial, if you want to say that, in front of the board to decide exactly what's going on with him. There's a reason some of these things are coming out and looking this way, because it is showing pure desperation. Do I feel that Hanky or the CW will try to get Turtle Boy on the stand because they messaged him in the witness list? I don't know. I'm going to be frank. I don't know. There's a reason for that. And I think also the fact that Bev turned down attorney Mark Betterow. Now, hello, there may not be that much to do with it, but it certainly feels connected. Did Auntie Bev know that Hanky was going to get Turtle Boy on as a witness, and then Mark would have to maybe be his attorney as well? But then there's Tim Bradle, and you see the perpetual can of worms here? We have another can of worms. We have a portal that is opened. Believe it or not, it will affect this case, and it is affecting it now. You are seeing it happen. The habeas was turned down by the federal court, appeals court, yesterday, March 13th, but then they already have a certificate of appealability. I didn't even know anything like that exists, but hey, we're learning, aren't we? That's why we're here together. Let's talk about all of this. So here we are, my darlings, once again. It is March 14th, Friday, Pi Day of 2025, and we're here for it, definitely. Welcome, everyone. I'm Lady Zelda, and I'm here seeing so much crime, just like you. And now we have everything going on, this audit with the Canton PD, the MSP. I mean, if we get another acronym, I don't know. I'm going to have to start writing all these things down. But before I go on, I want you to know that I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a medical professional. I don't have anything to do with this case. But I do have a big opinion. I'm a tarot professional. I am a profiler. And I'm here to give some insight on what is happening. And we've got a lot going on, and there's a reason. We had this Mercury retrograde preamble of this total eclipse blood full moon transit happen this morning. It is March 14th of 2025. This morning, Eastern Time, between 2:33 and 3:33 a.m. That's interesting, isn't it? 3:33, 2:33 a.m. This lunar eclipse happened, and we saw the blood moon. Now, we are on the heels of Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde energy pushes back. The lunar eclipse pushes forward. We have a cross section here. You see this? We have this Mercury pushing back and the lunar pushing forward. So what do we do in the midst of the muck and the mire and the mayhem? Is that we need to just keep our eyes forward, be grounded, stand still. This Mercury retrograde is happening in the sign of Virgo. And even though Virgo, the Virgin grounding girl, so to speak, she wants to make sure that we are all balanced in all areas, work, life. And that's why, my darlings, as far as Karen Reed's case, I want you to take a breath because there's going to be a lot more come out. March is going to be continuing to be eventful, and there's a lot more that's going to come, and we're going to see a lot more before April 1st. Do I know if this is going to happen? I'll tell you, we've got all these appeals and everything happening and all this. Auntie Bev is pushing for April 1. And I'm going to tell you why. Did you see the witness list? If they call each and one of those, every one of those witnesses, which I don't feel that they will, but if they do, we're going to be here for a while. We've got some things we need to be. We need to be taking some sick days from work, right? my. One person that I'm very interested in as why he's not on the witness list, and I want to know what's going on with that, is Gitmo Nick Garino. Why isn't he on the witness list? And yet they put the crime scene whisperer as a witness. They're up to something, but I'm going to tell you, do you see how this is kind of going backwards? I really don't think that they know, but I'm going to say one thing that I believe they know is I believe the Commonwealth knows, without a doubt, that Karen Reed is factually innocent. And the fact that the feds came in and said, look, we can't allow this to go on. Here's all the documentation that we found. Karen didn't hit him with her vehicle. It doesn't matter because there's a backstory. And the backstory is going to start coming to light. Hang on. We're going to still hear some wild things coming out. Hang on. I want to know, during Paul's interview, what news outlet was that? I forget what it was, but it was shortly after the mistrial last year. Was he sending signals during that? There's some questions that I have. Another one is, why after, on the 29th of January 2022, instead of this police interviews happening at 34 Fairview, they moved it all to Jen and Matt McCabe's house? But what's her face? Nicole wasn't there. Did she stay behind because she likes to clean house? Do you ever think about that? Why would she stay behind? Why would that be allowed? Was she cleaning because she's obsessed with cleaning? Has anybody checked any of their grocery receipts to see if there was a lot of bleach or cleaning products bought within 2 or 3 days? Maybe not. Maybe they used what was on hand because, who knows what they're up to? We have a plethora of cards today. I want to look into this because the one thing about these aspects is that they have immediate and abrupt endings and immediate and abrupt beginnings. You're going to see a lot of that here in the next few weeks, few days, maybe even few hours. We have a deck of cards here that I don't use often. They're old and they're large. You see how much they take up of the screen, but they really are great as far as meanings. And then we have this Lenormand deck. It's a Thelema Lenormand. If you've gotten a personal reading with me, then you've seen this deck before. If you haven't, then okay. But look, I've got the whole arsenal lined up right here. We're going to be reading. So grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, hydrate, relax, put your feet up, grab the kitty, grab the puppy, grab your blanket, because here we go, my darlings. We're getting ready to read. Now, I'm going to start out with this deck. I'm going to put this deck to the side just for this slight moment. Let me know what you see in the cloth. Lots of energy here. Lots. But you know what? I'm going to clear this energy. I'm going to clear it because we just want to start fresh. There's a lot coming through. The portal is open. And believe me, join me Saturday, March 15th. We've got some celebrations happening, but join me at 7 p.m. because the energy will be wild. So here we go. The Lima Lenormand deck, we, meaning I, and then you watch, read these cards in pairs. All right, so here we are, my darlings. And I pre-shuffle. This deck is so large. It is very hard to shuffle. But I want to just give it a little toss and ask for our spirits, guides, angels to give us guidance and direction. Let us see things that are about to come. Let us see things that may harm. Let us see things that we can avoid. And we thank you. Here we are. First card. Second card. Amazing. Here we go. Putting that to the side. I know you're all seeing what I'm seeing. The fish, we are in the sign of Pisces. 34, we know what 34 is. The King of Diamonds is big time communication coming out. So this whole thing happening, this planetary thing happening is definitely, hello, right around that address. Now, this number 5. 5, biblical numerics, is grace. I think there's going to be a lot of grace. And you may see Auntie Bev denying a lot of motions, but I want you to know it's okay. They are prepared. This is the time that they figure out what is allowed and what is not allowed, and then they go to work preparing. I have a lot of faith in her team. The 7 of Hearts is a fulfillment card. It is time to be fulfilled. And you see how steady that tree is? And look at the little birdies. Look at the little, I don't know what those, I think maybe those might be butterflies down there, but there's a beautiful little waterfall. Looks like myrtle, lilac, another waterfall. All elements are represented in this particular card. But this card tells us that it's time to be rooted. It's time to dig in. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this way. All right. So what's next? What do we need to know is coming? Total drama and total action. Be prepared, my darlings. Be prepared. Recording. Now, could that be the Sally Port? An announcement, an expression, or a revealing. It could be any and or all. A, B, C, all of the above. Be prepared. And look at that. Look at that evidence. That's been charred. So this implies that this recording has been, I don't know what is a good word, perhaps tampered with. Yeah, that might be a good word to use. In my opinion, according to the layout, of course. And of course, you know, this channel, entertainment only. Because we sure do get entertained, and there is the trash. We know who the trash is in this case. There's more than the 2 that I have just read on. And those readings will also continue. I'm gonna scooch these over. I'm glad you all are here. All right, here we go. Now, here comes our sweet friend, the Kipper, telling us what it is we need to know. The community. Now, I do know that perhaps more things with the... Oh my, you can't make this stuff up. That is Bev, because she's beside the courthouse. And that is Meatball. Can't make this stuff up, can we? But what I was going to say is Helena Rafferty, lol. There's some stuff going on with her, I believe. There's change coming. And more coming from these two characters. This is such a different time. That is a Jack of Clubs, the Rider, the Nine of Hearts, and look at this, a snake in the wood pile, and the Queen of Clubs, and that belongs over here. This Jack, an immature person, and it would, you know, can I say this is Hanky Pinocchio? Yeah, in my opinion, yes. Let's just say it's Pinocchio. I mean Hank. The broom and the whip. He's trying to whip some things into shape, but he's not able to clean house. He's not able to whip it into shape. $1111? That could be an angel number because sometimes that reveals what we are supposed to be seeing. Now, I'm liking this writer for Karen and the defense team. Coming in with news. Coming in with a message. Don't be disheartened. Don't be dismayed. Don't fall away. Don't get upset. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But we've got to keep this energy going for Karen's sake. And for John. We want justice for John. And we want Karen and her team to be tip-top. The Nine of Hearts is the same as the Nine of Cups in the tarot. The Nine of Hearts is the yes card. It is the wish fulfilled, the dream come true. It is receiving and what you want to manifest. Snake in the woodpile, this club, well, guess who that represents? Since it's over here near the mature woman, we cannot trust the venom from this snake because a snake will strike at will. Poisonous. Yes, I've got them all here. All the players, the usual suspects are right here because we want to know, because there's change coming. And when I said this abrupt, yeah, there's change. Change is coming, my darlings. A Jack of Diamonds, and look, another Rider. The sign of good news. And look, the Two of Diamonds, the woman. We're going to lay that there. That's Karen. That is Karen. See? Usually what we get from this deck is the doom gloom. It's more than Uncle Henry's pig ran across the road and ran away with the goose and it caused a scandal. No. This now We've not seen good positive cards from this deck in a very long time. It's because of this Mercury retrograde. This information, false information, that the CW, and here comes Sam, she's walking through to bless the reading. This false narrative, in my opinion, that they are putting out, and they're saying that they don't want the defense to prejudice, I'm going to say the jury pool, influence, and yet they allow these PR statements and all this trash to go out. Oh, I would be angry. But this is backfiring on them. Watch. Watch. You see, there's a little group of these people, and we may know them in particular for their positions, but a lot of them have other positions that they're filling, other roles. So they have it all sewed up. So they have all corners of the playing field covered. Not going to happen. This is bringing a lot of this trash. Look, this is bringing a lot of this trash, first and foremost, to the forefront. That is Karen as well. And you see there's a celebration coming. I'm not going to say what it is, but I do believe, my darlings, I think it's good. Now, last but not least, I waited to the end for these guys. Judgment. So there's going to be a judgment there. Do not get scared. Okay. Mercury has this way of when it comes in, it makes you feel like, oh, heck, that's horrible. But in the end, it turns out okay. Go to Genesis chapter 50. It was Joseph, the same Joseph of many colors. We've talked about that before, with a coat of many colors, Joseph. The one who was sold into slavery by his brothers and lied to his father. It was a horrible situation, but toward the end, the family reconciled. Everything happened for the good, and Joseph was a very wealthy leader and rich man in all areas. But in chapter 50, he says, what was meant for my harm, God turned to the good. And I want you all to remember, it just takes the faith the size of a mustard seed. The size of a mustard seed. A mustard seed is probably the size of a pinhead, maybe, but packs a lot of punch. This judgment card is very interesting as far as I'm concerned. You see these little naked people, they're getting up out of their coffins. Now, as morbid as that is, this judgment card means that it's a wake-up call. There are a lot of people that are waking up who did not believe Karen, but now are believing her. This is also, I like to say, the discernment card, because it gives us the ability to discern what information is factual and not. But this judgment card, you see, basically resurrecting the dead in a metaphorical sense and metaphysical sense too, coming for help. Red wings, beautiful angel saying it's about time. There's compassion, love, and a second chance. This card, I know, but don't you think Karen has been stabbed in the back enough? Metaphorically speaking, in my opinion. There's a reason for this sunrise, and it's because this is temporary. With these planetary aspects, it is time, because all of this is air element and communication, and Mercury retrograde makes communication faulty. I'm going to say it that way. This sun coming up means it's temporary, and this is water flowing from the high priestess robes, which is life. It's the life. And yes, sometimes the skies feel very dark and dingy and oh no. But with this calling, there is like a rebirth, a second chance, a new beginning coming. A temporary, put the old away, because guess what? Justice is coming. You see the scales there? Justice is coming. I say it, one of the cardinal cards, and we're going to talk about that soon. But justice is coming. You see the power robe there. The power, compassion, and the passion to make justice come to the forefront. This is amazing. So be glad of these planetary aspects. Watch for abrupt endings, abrupt beginnings. Because the one thing that the CW has proved to us, not only do they not know what the heck they're talking about, in my opinion, factually wrong and in left field, in my opinion, but every time they bring up something as though they've got the gotcha moment, they want to catch her at something. Is this right? Have you ever seen this? They are not trying to prove the facts that Karen did this. They're just trying to prove that whatever Karen is bringing out is wrong. This is a defense move. This isn't a prosecution. He's going to get really shredded. And I will guarantee that these witnesses that are coming for the CW will be shredded on the stand. Robert Alessi, he has another motion to exclude, to reconsider excluding this expert. There's a lot happening. Just take a breath. It's all going to be okay. It's all going to work out. It's all going to be fine. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. I promise it's going to work out fine. Because look, AJ is going to be okay. I love it. I love it. AJ is going to be AJ and Alessi. Yannetti is the backbone. He's excellent. But it's going to be AJ and Alessi doing all the cross-examining, all the opening statements, everything. We'll have to see what the snake is up to. But you know what? I don't really worry about snakes. And they aren't either. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. Much love to you. Don't forget, celebration Saturday night. Be here. Aloha, right? I can't wait But there's so much going on. I'm just so excited. And I'm excited about this case because it will come to an abrupt end. And Karen will walk. We see that. So thank you, my darlings, for being here. Thank you for your support. Much love to you. You be well, be safe, and don't worry, just get grounded. Just go out and dance today, okay? Love you, my darlings. You know I'm going to see you soon. Bye for now.